mushroom hunters. Excited utterance here. My name's Hella, and I'm so pleased to be doing an Australian case, even if it's about three unfortunate people who met an untimely death. People all over the world are talking about our little country. Well, we're not little. We have very few people spread over a very large expanse of space. And down in the very bottom right-hand corner, a long way below me, is a little town called Leongatha. And in that town, something happened which has now drawn lots of tourists. Yes, because of the very deadly mushrooms that were put into some beef Wellington, maybe unknowingly, by a lady called Erin Patterson back in July 2023. And now she's on trial for murder. Yes, murder. For putting those mushrooms into the beef Wellingtons, and 3 people, yes, meeting their untimely deaths. One of them did manage to make it out alive. Indeed. So anyway, she's been on trial for 2 weeks, and there was a public holiday down in Melbourne on Monday. I don't know why they got a public holiday. We didn't. Not Melbourne, Victoria, sorry. Then that meant that Tuesday, which was yesterday for us, because today's Wednesday, because we're in the future, remember? Tuesday was day 10 of testimony, right? Because we've been going for 2 weeks, so now we're up to day 10. Today is actually day 11 because we're in the future. It's Wednesday. Try and work this out, guys. Stay with me. Right, so I'm going to tell you all about yesterday, which was Tuesday, which was day 10. Cool? Right. Now, I'm going to let Ilya, Dali, Satchel, T-Bone come in.
Hey,
that wasn't too bad.
Yeah. That's what she said.
That's probably being a bit generous. And then we'll say hello to some people, then we'll get into it. So we've only got 1 day of testimony to talk about, but it was pretty cool, pretty good day of testimony.
Okay.
Yeah. Every day of testimony has been pretty good, actually. But yeah, had to definitely do a stream about this one because, yeah, it's pretty spicy, as they've all been. So, Scott, hello, Scott. Suffer, hella, you suffer, Scott. Thank you, Scott, for starting to make a Faraday pocket for me so I can go off and do the stabby stuff. Oh, sorry, did I say that? I'm not supposed to. Scott did a lovely stream for me earlier and started to make me a present. Thank you, Scott. It was you, Scott, you. Now, Clemo. Hey, the Clemo. Hella mad. I got work, so can't be on the live, but can I beg a shout out for my 91-year-old Val? Hello, Val. Hi.
Hey.
Nice to see you, love. She's obsessed with this case. So now she's finally on the YouTubes and watching. Hi, Val. So nice to have you. If you can manage to get into chat and say hi, we'll all say hi to you back in chat. But if you can't, that's cool. Lovely to see you. And Clemo is awesome, by the way. And look, he even gave me a super chat.
Aww.
Thank you, $3.49. New Zealand dollars. And I'll forgive you guys for being Kiwis. The other day, Clemo also gave me a super thanks, which was his very first YouTube gift. So thank you for that, Clemo. Much appreciated.
Very nice.
Super chat to make fund making for Now I Know Why into a ringtone. Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, I haven't done that yet. Yes, I need to do that. Thank you very much for that, for the super chat. Sweet, Clemo. Stream cancelled. No, Mavka. I know you'd love it to be cancelled, but no, it's not. Maybe Hella got the wrong day again. No, bad news. We are starting. And no, I don't think I will make a song for this because it's probably going to be over before it's really worth it. We'll see. Maybe if you guys give me enough gifted memberships, I might think about it.
Maybe.
Hey, Auslan, how are you? It's Wednesday there too? Oh, really? You're in Europe, aren't you? Pertains, yes. Oh, there you are, Clemo. Shrooms are Satan's. Isn't your grandma on in chat? Dear me. Stop it, Mapka. All right, let's get into it. I swear I say that a lot, don't I? Stop it, Mapka. Jeez. It's like a sitcom. God, Mapka. Just because you didn't like the Luigi song doesn't mean that I only have a 66.6% hit rate. I like the Luigi song. Ilya liked the Luigi song.
Yeah.
Harper Irish liked the Luigi song. Just because you didn't like it. Yeah, that's right. Norway. 1.5 hours into Wednesday. So you're only just into Wednesday. Right, kind of doesn't count. Sweet Tooth is here. Hello, how's the collecting going? Nice to see you. All right, Erin Patterson on trial for the mushroom murder. There she is, looking all evil.
Any relation to Richard?
Oh man, see that's an old joke.
Still a goodie.
Only if you're one of like 3 people who know what it means. Okay, so the story starts here. I'll just remind you where this is. It's in the very bottom of the continent of Australia. So it's down in Victoria, which is down here. I live around here. Yep. So I'm a long way from this woman.
Yes, 95% of Australia population lives next to the coast.
Yes. Hella, can we have a TLDR, please? Yeah, there will be. There will be. Okay, so yes. So this is kind of the TLDR. So it was lunchtime on. Oops, hang on. It was lunchtime on July 29, 2023, right? And then what we're going to do is I'll show you who's involved.
Hella's mom.
No. Okay, the guests. So Erin Patterson, she's the chef, right? And these were the guests. So her estranged husband, Simon Patterson, right? And he's the escapee because he never went to the lunch. He couldn't make it. She was very disappointed that he couldn't make it. Very disappointed because she was going to a lot of effort to make this very special lunch, this beef Wellington, which is like a ribeye fillet steak with vegetables.
Well, it's different than a ribeye, but it's a very premium cut of beef.
Very premium cut of beef. She made it with this mushroom paste, right? And then it covered in pastry.
It's a bread type thing that goes over the roast, the filet mignon roast, if you're American. It's kind of difficult to make. It's to get it to come out good. So it's a specialty of hers.
Yeah, so she's quite the chef, right? So she'd planned this, and also, so she'd invited his parents because they're estranged, right? But she gets on really well still with her in-laws. So that's his parents, Gail Patterson and Don Patterson. Rest in peace, right? So they passed away thanks to the lunch, and then her sister, so the sister of her mother-in-law, which is Heather Wilkinson, she also passed away. Now this guy here, Ian Wilkinson, he survived.
Yes.
Right, so he was in hospital literally for months fighting off this toxic mushroom poisoning. So he lived to tell the tale, and he sure has told the tale in testimony in court. Right.
Narc.
Now, so these death cap mushrooms, they're so toxic. Like once they get into your system, and they don't show any symptoms until they've gotten like 12 hours into your system. So once they get into your intestines kind of and they start to break down, they like eat up your liver and kidneys and stuff like that. So it's over for you. It's really hard to survive it. And because you don't show any symptoms until sort of 12 hours in, no one can sort of help you because you haven't presented to emergency. So I'm not even sure how this guy survived, but he did. Also considering he ate 1.5 servings, like he ate half of this lady's one because she couldn't finish it. But apparently it was delicious. Simon Patterson and Erin Patterson being estranged, they had a tense relationship, but it wasn't terrible. But here's the real kicker. She said that she had cancer and she didn't, right? So that is a bad one. And apparently the lunch was the last one of these lunches that she said that she could probably ever do because of the cancer, because of her health issues.
Okay, Nostradamus.
Yeah. So that's a bit of a toughie. So regardless of whether or not she did this intentionally, it could be, let's just play devil's advocate. This could be a giant, big accident, right? Like she might have gone out foraging, found mushrooms, let's assume she did, but she picked up the wrong kind and put it into the lunch. But juries don't like to hear about terrible big lies from defendants, and there's not much bigger lie than cancer, right? So that doesn't look good for her at all. There's other lies as well, but that lie is pretty bad. And we have Nights with Ping watching. Hello, good to see you. Where are you, mate? You're watching on X? Let's see if I can grab you. Where are you? Hello, mate. How are you? You've been covering this too, right? So Sarah Boone would pass if she tasted one. Don't know. Hey, Angela, how are you?
Hey.
All right. So hello, mate. Right. So, in the first 2 weeks, we heard from Simon Patterson, her ex-husband. We heard from the survivor, Ian Wilkinson. We heard from a lot of doctors and police officers and things like that. So I'm going to move on now to yesterday, because yesterday someone else came up who was very interesting. Week 3 begins with a bombshell from this guy, Funky Tom.
Kinky.
Right? Well, Funky Tom, he probably doesn't love being called Funky Tom because he's actually Dr. May. Right? But people are going to know him as Funky Tom because that was his alias that he used on a website called iNaturalist.
Oh,
get
he's
that
a
right?
nudist.
No.
Oh.
Careful when you look it up, or you might see some different kind of death caps.
Oh, a different kind of mushroom.
Different kind of mushrooms. Right. Now, okay, so Dr. May is actually like an expert in mushrooms, right? He testified yesterday. You can't make this stuff up, right? He testified yesterday, and I'll show you. Right, so fungi expert. He's a fungi expert, right?
Ooh, he's a fungi. There's a fungi among us.
Yes, a fungi among us. He's a fun guy. Right. Erin Patterson trial fungi expert, Dr. Tom May. He will return to the witness box tomorrow as well. Sorry, today. Tomorrow. Because he's not finished. So he says there's been a significant rise in calls to Victorian poison centres about mushroom exposures in recent years. The jury in Erin Patterson's triple murder trial has been told. Mycologists, that's what they are. They're called mycologists.
Your
Tom May. Mycologist, M-Y-C-O-L.
Yeah, your cologist.
No, yours. Tom May was called to give evidence on Tuesday in the third week of Miss Patterson's trial over the allegedly deliberate poisonings, of allegedly deliberate poisonings of 4 of her in-laws on July 29, 2023. Under cross-examination by Miss Patterson's barrister, Sophie Stafford, Dr. May was quizzed on an academic article he co-authored in 2023. The jury was told the study used available mobile and web apps to identify photographs of mushrooms that had been sent to the Victorian Poison Information Centre, concluding there was a poor accuracy in correctly identifying poison mushrooms. We showed that those apps sometimes failed to correctly identify mushrooms, Dr. May said. Sometimes they were misidentified as the wrong mushroom. Okay. Well, Dr. May told the jury the primary motivation for the study was the increasingly availability of the apps, but agreed with Ms. Stafford that there seemed to be an increase in people foraging for wild mushrooms in recent years. Well, yes, apparently so. And accordingly, poison centre calls regarding mushroom exposures in the state of Victoria have increased significantly in recent years, Ms. Stafford asked. Dr. May responded, that appears to be the case. Well, yes, looks like it. There certainly was an increase in the calls during the COVID period, but it was also a rather wet year. So it was actually hard to disentangle, what's a good word, these different factors. Okay, so let's see what was actually shown to the jury of Dr. May's explorations, yes, and postings on this iNaturalist website, right? So, and I'll go back. Right, so if I go here. Exhibit A. Right, so the jury was shown this. Now, apparently, this website, and it's an app as well, it's really, really popular. And she had been talking with her Facebook friends, aka true crime friends, who have big time betrayed her. All right, because you don't make friends with true crime people, right?
Yeah, I'm flipping on hell in a heartbeat.
Well, I don't identify as true crime, you know that.
Fair.
Yeah. I'm fake LawTube. Okay, so they said that she has been like foraging for mushrooms and using this iNaturalist website. Apparently you don't need to have an account to view these things, right? So I don't know whether or not it's been in evidence yet or at all that she actually looked at this. I haven't found any good source of mainstream media reporting of the cell site experts' testimony to say that she pulled this up. Like they actually can say that she pulled this up or not. But, hang on a minute. I don't know whether the cell site experts actually testified. Maybe not, because I'll show you why in a minute. Right. But let's go to the iNaturalist website because I found it. And look.
Ping says we haven't heard from cell towers yet.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense, Ping, because all the Age is saying is that prosecutions say that her phone records will show, right? So if they're saying phone records will show, that means that they said it in opening statements. So the cell site expert hasn't testified yet. Makes sense. So anyway, so I went and found Funky Tom's account on iNaturalist, and it's still there. Like his post from that trip out there in May 2023 is still there.
Wow. And
the 3 photos of the death cap, which is Amanita phalloides. Oh dear, is that what it's called? Phalloid?
Yeah.
I don't know, too immature. Okay, and so you can see the photos of it. There it is. There it is. Okay, so boom, boom. So he's gone and taken these photos of the thing, and he's given an exact location for them. And if we have a look at this map. So there's Morwell where she lives. Well, actually, well, that's where the trial is being held. Morwell is the town, though. Yeah, no, Morwell is right. So she lives in the township of Morwell. Leongatha is like a suburb, I believe. So if I were to get a bit closer, it might. Oh no, this isn't a real map. It's just a picture. Yeah. So I could probably find where Leongatha is in relation to Morwell, but you can see like so that's 20 kilometers. See the thing down the bottom there? It says 20 kilometers. In miles, sorry guys, I am no good at doing conversions. Can you tell me what 20 kilometers is in miles?
I'm sorry?
What's 20 kilometers in miles?
12 miles.
12 miles. All right. So
Yeah.
see that little legend there
Yeah.
at the bottom? So that's 20 kilometers, right? So there's Morwell, which is the township that she lives in. And that little legend there it says 12 miles as far as you guys are concerned. So you can get a bit of an idea of how much of a drive it is.
That is a legend.
So you can get a bit of an idea of how much of a drive it is out there. It's not very far, maybe 40 minutes drive. So if you're interested in foraging and stuff like that, like it's no biggie. Okay, so let's just put it back. Amanita phalloides. It looks tasty, right?
I'm just keep hearing Funky Town in my head.
Funky Town. It's kind of interesting that this guy is like an actual professional in the field of
funk.
No, fungi, and he
Funky.
puts himself on there and he calls himself Funky Tom, like he's a doctor, and that's what he calls himself. It's very, I kind of find it kind of strange. So yeah, he went and found himself some death cap mushrooms. He puts it here on iNaturalist.
In case anybody wants to kill their relatives, go ahead here.
Right?
That was nice of him.
Yes. Okay, so that's in May 2023, and the lunch happened in July 2023, right? So anyone who would like to go and find death cap mushrooms, he's gone and given them an exact map of where to go get them.
Good Lord, dude. Did you also post on Nextdoor app? Just letting all your neighbors know where to kill your family?
Can you send a DoorDash to go get them for you?
Can we get some Uber Eats here, buddy?
Right? I find this very strange. Like, I just wonder whether this dude feels a bit bad about it.
Well, and okay, you find some really deadly mushrooms in nature. Why don't you just, like, step on them and get rid of them instead of, like, alerting the world?
Well, I think he thinks he was warning people, but and then he goes and testifies that, like,
he was subpoenaed.
Well, yeah, I suppose he was subpoenaed. Like, he's witness for the prosecution.
Okay, so I mean, they went and tracked this guy down, Funky Tom. They found him posting this crap.
Yeah, it's pretty good investigation, really. I mean,
yeah. And then he's like, gets a knock on the door. Hey, so you know how you ID mushrooms? Funny story. We're gonna need you to testify for us.
Mavka, stop it.
Half Irish. I just Googled, like, squirrels can eat them, but dogs can't. I think wild animals. Squirrels. Really?
No. If we had squirrels, I'd be much happier in life.
That's fair. I don't know. I think animals learn some kind of, like, avoidance of stuff they shouldn't eat. But I don't think it's, like, bad for. I don't think local animals really eat it.
If it does that to humans, like how could any animal? I don't know. I don't know what I'm
It
talking
really
about.
depends. I mean, there's stuff that's super dangerous to like dogs, but it's fine for us.
That's true, I guess. But my dog can eat chocolate, so who knows? All right, so let's see how that fits with the timeline, right? Because I found this website that's actually got a really
Oh,
good timeline on it.
and Mavka, that's what a beef Wellington is.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this website's got a much better like everything that I've made. So I'm like, oh, I'll just use this then. So let's go to it. So share this tab. Right. So yeah, it's got better like images of the witnesses and all the people involved and everything. Sorry, but it's better than mine. Okay, so what is beef Wellington? Oh well. Okay, so the evidence. Oh look, see all this stuff better than mine. In fact, the dehydrator. Oh, let's just look at the dehydrator. Right. So food dehydrators are used to remove water. Hang on, let's zoom this up. Food dehydrators are used to remove water from food to extend their shelf life. The jury heard Erin bought her Sunbeam electric dehydrator on April 28th from Better Home Living in Leongatha 3 months before the lunch.
Well, not that much better.
She shared photos of her dehydrating mushrooms to a Facebook group chat and told her friends she was hiding powdered mushrooms in everything, including her children's food. On August 2, 4 days after the lunch, Erin dumped the dehydrator at a local tip.
A local tit?
Tip?
Tip?
Do you not call the local dump a tip?
No, we call it a dump.
Okay, well, we also call it like a rubbish tip. Jesus Christ. Okay. That's weird to you? Really?
Yeah, I've never heard that term. And I've
Okay, because
for like
you tip
2
it.
years.
Like there's one of those bins, like trucks that tips the rubbish out. It tips it out.
Okay.
Tip.
Your Aussies are usually better at your terms, but okay.
Like you're the weird one, not me. Just the tip, Schnipper.
No, we're not rubbing the tip either.
Oh God. Okay. Have you ever thought that maybe you guys are odd?
Me? Yeah, I'm incredibly odd.
All of you. Just a whole lot of you. Something wrong with you. All right. Okay, so yeah, on August 2, 4 days after lunch, Erin dumped the dehydrator at a local tip.
Oh.
Breaking
news. No. Breaking news, guys. I have some breaking news. I'm set to be arraigned on perjury charges in Colleton County.
Becky
Hill.
Oh yes.
I don't know what's going on. Perjury charges.
Arraigned. Oh, we are covering the fuck out of this. Sorry. No, it's my channel. Okay.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Oh, we are covering the crap out of it.
This just
when?
Fix News just posted it. I think. I'm getting the article now.
Okay, back to what we're doing.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, so yeah, she dumped the dehydrator, guys. Right? Okay, so the defense. Oh,
tomorrow.
Hand me Becky on a plate. All right. So the defense has admitted she lied to police about dumping the dehydrator, but claimed she panicked after the lunch guest became ill. All right. Look, I mean, you know what? I can buy the whole panicking thing. Right? I can buy all that. I can buy the no, police are in my house. They're telling me that mushrooms kill guests. throw things out, right? But also the phones. I didn't tell you about this last time. The prosecution alleges that Erin owned and used 2 phones. Oh, I bet the other one's a better phone. Called Phone A and Phone B. The court heard Phone A, which was allegedly used from February 12th until the days after the lunch, was never recovered. Oh, that must be the better phone. Phone B, which was allegedly used prior to February 12th, was seized by police during a search warrant. The prosecution alleges she carried out 3 separate factory resets on Phone B.
Damn,
Again,
girl.
panicking.
I mean,
Including remotely.
Didn't you learn anything from Hillary Clinton?
She did that remotely after it was seized from police. So she's like, they've taken it, right? They've taken it, and she's like, oh, remote reset. They won't notice.
Sweetie, it's probably in a Faraday box.
Or Faraday pocket, like one
Yes.
of Hella's ones. Yeah?
Yeah, sweetie, you need a hammer. That's how the professionals do it.
It's not sus at all.
No.
None of this stuff is sus. Okay, back to where we were going, because there's a really good timeline here. Oh, here it is. Right. So, on April 18th, 2023, he's retired. Good thing. A retired poisons expert finds death cap mushrooms under an oak tree in Locke and posts a photo on a website called iNaturalist.
Well, I guess we can ascertain how retirement's going for him.
Yeah. It's going great, thanks.
So what are you doing with your time now that you're retired? Helping people murder their in-laws?
Yeah, a little bit of testifying in court, that kind of stuff.
Got to keep that CV up to date.
Yeah. Right. So that's on April 18th. Right. Then what happened? April 28th. Prosecution says Erin travels to the Locke area, then buys a dehydrator from a store in Leongatha about 12:17 p.m. Now let's just consider this for a second. Who's to say that there aren't other lovely, yummy mushrooms in the Locke area? There could be.
Yeah, it could be used to identify ones you can eat.
Yeah. Right, let me see. Can I find in the Locke area other... No, can I find species, mushroom, and location Locke? I'm just going to have a quick search on there. I don't know. I don't know how to find just a mushroom. You need to actually find a... See, I don't know what any of the species are called. Hang on. I'm just going to share this tab a sec. Right, I'm looking for... So I can tell where to go. I don't know how to use this stupid thing. Oh, okay. If I go mushroom... Cool, there's lots of mushrooms. And then if I go Locke Victoria. Okay. So there's other mushrooms. April 23. Amanita mushrooms. Oh, that's December 23. May 24, June 24, August 21. Also April 23. Yellow field cap. That looks yummy. Common. Let's look at this one. Okay. So common guild mushroom and allies. Can you eat that one? All right. So all I'm trying to say is that It's possible she was looking for other mushrooms. There's yummy mushrooms in the lock area. It's kind of cool seeing the mushrooms. While intoxicated, I considered no. Oh,
Jesus.
Okay. All right. Anyway, okay. So the prosecution says Erin traveled to Lock and Outram areas according to her phone records. All right. So this is the one I was interested in. I was talking about before, and Ping said that there hasn't been a cell site expert come in, and it makes sense because the prosecution says Erin traveled to the Lock and Outram areas, right? So if a cell site expert had come in and said and had evidence of that, then it would have been the jury has heard that she traveled to Lock and Outram areas as per her phone records. Jury hasn't heard that. Prosecution just says that. So we'll see. So if we get like a mini Ray come in and go, hey, we can track her cell data to this area.
Oh, the Australian Ray.
Yes. All right. So that would be pretty bad. Right. So remember last episode I said that there was some discussion outside the presence of the jury about potential searches of her kind of searching for, death cap mushrooms near me.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's not what she actually searched for. But you know how the media kind of make it sound like that was kind of what she searched for. Oh, that's the ice cream.
Oh.
I'm sure that's not what she actually searched for. But if she did search this iNaturalist website and search for places to forage around that Lock Outram area, and then she happened to find that post by Funky Tom, and then she went to that area, that looks really bad. Regardless of whether or not she searched for death cap mushrooms, like if she actually searched for death cap mushrooms, she's screwed, right? But if she didn't search for death cap mushrooms, but she did manage to come across that particular post by him, and then she went there, that's not as bad, but it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Hey, I'm Bronzed. How are you, mate?
Oh, God. Sorry, my cat farted.
Well, that's also toxic.
Very.
Yeah. All right. So that happened then. And then Erin invites Don, that's July 16th. Erin invites Don and Gail Patterson, Heather and Ian Wilkinson, and Simon Patterson over to her Lee and Gotham home. All right. So assuming that she went there on May 22, 2023, that's still a couple months beforehand, and because they only have a shelf life of about sort of 7 days, but she would have used the dehydrator to extend their shelf life, right?
What, do they get safer?
No, not safer, just edible.
What do they...
Like, they taste still good.
Oh.
Right, because she makes them into a paste.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, they just go off, right? Just like mushrooms go off.
Really?
Yeah, well, if you buy mushrooms fresh and you just keep them laying around for more than a few days, then they're not tasty.
What do they do, grow mold?
I suppose. Do you not eat mushrooms?
I don't, but I was just trying to think, how do mushrooms go bad? Like, grow mold?
Yeah, okay.
Well, I guess they're fungus, and yeah.
They are fungus, yeah. Yes, they are fungus. All right, hang on, where was I? Mushroom in a trial. All right, share this one. Okay, so let's keep going. So let's see how the media reported it. So this was yesterday's testimony. Let's just see what the media had to say. Yeah, they do shrivel up, Laura. Yeah.
Oh.
And mushrooms do grow in shit. Oh, that's right. They do concentrate the flavor. You know what? I'm starting to think these death cap mushrooms taste really good. Right? Because everyone at the lunch was like, it was amazing.
Huh.
Really good.
It's always the good stuff you can't eat.
Yeah, that's right.
It was another day of explosive testimony in the Leongatha mushroom murder trial. The jury hearing everything from what doctors made of Erin's health claims to what happened to the lunch leftovers.
To give evidence today, Professor Rhonda Stewart, who spoke to Erin Patterson just hours after she'd left hospital against medical advice, later returning with her children, fearing for their safety.
She told me that she
Wait.
needed to be checked out. She
Pause.
said she'd been unwell the following day, the Sunday,
Pause.
with gastro.
So she checked out and then returned right after with her children.
Well,
So was she checking out to go get her children to bring them back to get looked at?
no. Okay, so she checked out 5 minutes after being told what was going on, and then there was a call from the doctor who saw her to our 911, which is 000, right? Saying that I'm worried about this woman. I've got other people here who was at the same lunch and they had death cap mushrooms. I'm very concerned. And then the police came after her, right? And they searched her house and things like that. And then she went and got her children, right?
Oh.
So that's kind of was missed out of that bit of reporting. So yeah, she didn't want to bring her children there, but she was kind of under a bit of pressure.
Oh, okay. I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt there, but
yeah, I had been too, but
because
she didn't want to bring
that would have been understandable if she like ran home to get her children. Perhaps not.
Yeah.
Completely logical.
No, but one thing I do want to give her the benefit of the doubt was she did present to the hospital in the first place. Right? So she was feeling sick apparently, and she did go to the hospital with like gastro symptoms apparently.
Now,
right? So
she normally eats mushrooms, right?
She loves mushrooms.
I wonder if she could have some kind of buildup or immunity.
She's like super mushroom eater.
I mean, I would imagine it's possible. So maybe she never ate them in that, like maybe she got a small one or something, ate it before. Maybe she felt bad before.
Okay, so your theory is she's had these things before and she's built up a tolerance to them, and that's why she didn't get sick like the other ones did.
Yeah.
Like she got a bit sick, but not sick like they did.
Yeah.
And so it actually was an accident, but it killed 3 out of 4 of the other ones, but not her.
Devil's advocate here situation, but yeah.
Like, I mean, part of me believes that this is an accident, right?
Like the Princess Bride where he got immune to the poison, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you drink a little bit of it at a time and
yeah. I mean, I'm like there's too much stuff here that points to an accident, and then like the things that make her look guilty can also be explained as her panicking, because she seems like a really anxious type. Like she seems like the type who's just like when something goes wrong, she just makes a bunch of stupid things.
Seeing how she reacted to the media the other day.
Yeah.
She seems, kind of reminds me of my aunt a little bit. Love her, but my God, she doesn't make the best decisions when it counts all the time.
Yeah, like she makes these stupid decisions that just make her look like dumb and like a liar. Like she lies too.
Yeah.
Like the cancer thing. I don't know whether she believed that she had cancer or whether she was just lying or panicking about like a doctor had told her this could be cancerous, and she just blew it up into something that it wasn't. I don't know. Like,
is she a hypochondriac?
She could be a hypochondriac. I don't know. Yeah, she's a hot mess. But you could totally tell from when the press ambushed her, and she was just like, I can't believe this has happened. I'm like, I want them to pull through. I love these people. I can't believe that something happened, that I did something that caused them to be this sick and for these people to die. I just like she was just like beside herself. And like the body language people have been like, oh, that's just her being guilty and a narcissist, right? Whereas like, I just like, to me, that just seemed like someone who was genuinely a really distraught, anxious person. And she should have shut up, but yeah, she was spazzing out.
Or spurging.
Or spurging, whatever you want to call it. All right, let's watch the rest of this.
Enteritis type symptoms.
Another doctor telling the court Erin did not appear to be unwell.
She had some chapped lips, but otherwise looked well.
An assessment later confirmed through tests.
Her liver function tests were within normal limit. She was able to be discharged from a toxicity point of view.
Professor Stewart later telling the court she questioned Erin on whether the mushrooms used in the beef Wellington lunch had been foraged.
I asked her if she'd been mushrooming, but she said no.
Erin later admitted that this was a lie, but maintains she didn't deliberately seek out poisonous mushrooms. Leftovers found on Erin's property were sent for testing, but didn't contain death cap mushrooms. The prosecution argues these leftovers weren't part of the meal served to guests. The court also heard from a mushroom expert that death cap mushrooms typically appear in Victoria in April and May.
They will not last longer than a couple of weeks when they're sitting in the field.
Also shown to the court, details on iNaturalist, an online database frequented by fungi enthusiasts.
Weirdos.
And a map with red dots indicating the known locations of death cap mushrooms.
You can get the GPS point for each location by clicking on the red point.
The prosecution claims data from one of Erin's phones shows she twice travelled to locations identified on the website as having death cap mushrooms. Dr. May agreed there had been cases where people have mistaken death caps for edible mushrooms. Erin Patterson has pleaded not guilty to all charges.
10 News First, Samantha Butler is in Morwell and with us once more. Sam, are we any closer to finding out where she actually got the mushrooms from for her beef Wellington?
Well, Waleed, all of the witnesses, or many of the witnesses who've testified in this trial so far, have given a similar account of what Erin Patterson has told them as to where she sourced these mushrooms from that she used in the beef Wellington. And that is that she bought some from the supermarket and others from an Asian grocer, either in the suburbs of Oakley or Glen Waverley, both in Melbourne, but she couldn't remember where. Now, we heard from several doctors today during the trial, and they told the court that Erin Patterson denied foraging for mushrooms when they put the question to her, and she insisted that she only used those two types of mushrooms. Now, it's not disputed by Erin Patterson's defence that she did actually forage for mushrooms, but they say that she never sought out death caps. That is something that the prosecution is trying to prove. They claim that phone data actually puts Erin Patterson at two locations where death caps were known to be sighted in the lead up to the lunch, and they allege that she did deliberately poison her relatives.
Toxicologists from Monash Health took the stand today. What did they add?
Yeah, well, we heard from several doctors who treated Erin Patterson in the days after the lunch when she presented to hospital complaining of gastro symptoms. But we also heard from the Director of Public Health for Monash Health, who was called in to Monash Medical Centre to speak to Erin due to concerns that there could be some broader public health risk, given that they couldn't pinpoint exactly where these mushrooms had come from. Now, she had a conversation with Erin Patterson. She said that Erin told her that she had used up all of the mushrooms in this meal and that there wouldn't be any leftovers. She also told the court that Erin told her she'd served up the leftovers of the meal with the mushrooms scraped off to her children and that the rest of the meal went into the bin. Now, doctors as well gave evidence about their clinical assessment of Erin Patterson in those days after the lunch. And interestingly, they actually said that she appeared fine to them. Aside from some chapped lips, she appeared otherwise well. They said her vital signs were all normal, and the liver toxicity test also came back normal. And that was a key point, given that that was something that was really a key indicator of how unwell her lunch guests were and that they were suffering from death cap mushroom poisoning.
And Sam, a world authority on mushrooms, was in court today. So what did we learn from him?
What a freaking nerd.
So we heard evidence today from Dr. Tom.
I find this really weird. He's the world authority, but he's possibly responsible for this.
Great
Right?
job, buddy.
Well, nice work.
Well, couldn't you
Right?
go into something that wouldn't kill people? Like, I don't know, identifying dog breeds?
It's just like this. This is so bizarre. Like the dude is being like applauded as like the world authority, and he's Dr. May. He's like some sort of like big shot. But he's the dude that posted the photos and gave like the GPS location that supposedly led her to the freaking death cap mushrooms. Funky Tom. Right? Can we decide whether he's like an expert witness or whether he is like part of the timeline?
Right?
Well, he is part
Or
of the timeline.
co-conspirator?
A co-conspirator. This is so weird.
On May. Now, he is a mycologist, a mushroom expert, and he's been in that role
He is
for
a
about 30
mycologist.
years at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Melbourne. Now, he was asked some questions about the website iNaturalist, and that is, he described the largest citizen science platform for uploading images of fungi. As of last year, he told the court
Also
there
the
were
only
some
one.
440,000 odd images of fungi, and essentially people can...
Did you see his ponytail?
Oh, I was just looking
That
at
was
her freaky eyes.
No, look, hang on. Look at his funky Tom
platform for uploading images of fungi. As of last year, he told the court there were some 440,000 odd images of fungi, and essentially...
Funky Tom. Oh, damn, missed it.
No, I saw
Yeah,
it.
he's got a funky
People
Tom
can hop on when they
ponytail.
cite these mushrooms. They can post a picture and some coordinates of exactly where to find them. Now, he told the court that in 2023, in the Gippsland region, there were only 2 locations where death cap mushrooms had been sighted, the towns of Outram and Lock. And that is important because those are the 2 locations where the prosecution alleges Erin Patterson's phone data actually put her in the lead up to the lunch. He was also asked about a post that he himself made to the iNaturalist website under his account name Funky Tom, and in that post he actually pinpointed the location of death cap mushrooms in Outram. That post was made, the court heard, in May 2023, 2 months before the lunch. Now,
Sir, how do you feel about making that post that the defendant then went out and visited that exact area? How do you feel about that, sir? Doctor?
God.
If he's a professional in this area, then why is he posting on like a citizens platform? Right? Like, why would he not take those photos and then put them in like a scientific journal rather than give the general public a map to go and find toxic mushrooms to go and put in their recipes to go and poison people in their family who they have a beef with? No pun intended. Like, seriously, I could go on there now and find something to go and poison my ex with.
Evidence hasn't finished. We are expecting him to return to the stand tomorrow. His cross-examination started this afternoon, and we did hear under cross-examination he conceded that even for experts it is incredibly difficult to identify different types of mushrooms. But as I say, we are expecting him to return to the stand in the morning as his cross-examination continues.
Sam Butler, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
I wonder if she's feeling okay. Mushroom Slurpees out the front. Dear me. Wow. Okay, so yep, stay tuned. Erin Patterson on trial, Mushroom Matters. We will continue with updates. I don't know if they'll be every day, probably every couple of days, something like that. Depends how exciting it is. But yeah, I had to show you Funky Tom. Absolutely had to show you Funky Tom.
Absolutely.
Yeah. take the photos, take the shrooms, and then dispose of them. Are they good for the environment or something? I don't know. Like, I just don't get his reasoning for showing people where to find poison.
Unless it's to warn them they're not good mushrooms, but
so everyone is good and innocent and not going to do anything nasty with the mushrooms.
yeah.
Well, showed you then, Funky Tom. Like, is something going to be done about this website then? Like, is there going to be any restriction put onto this website for like posting like edible things that are toxic and where to find them?
Probably not.
Probably not. Where's the ones to get high? Yeah, I'd prefer to find those. That'd be good. Like opium plants, whatever. Trial does keep getting better and better. Yeah, it does. People in the area foraging would know not to eat them. Well, maybe not though, because apparently, like he said that at least twice people have gone out foraging and mistaken them for other ones.
Yeah.
Right? Because they do look a lot like just regular, like white mushrooms.
Yeah, a couple of different types of mushrooms they look like, so.
Yeah. So you could mix them up for sure. But yeah, I mean, this idea of just going out in fields and picking mushrooms and eating them does not sound very smart.
Mm-mm.
Really. I mean, you really are playing with fire.
Yeah.
Going out and just picking mushrooms and eating them. And then feeding them to guests, elderly guests. Yeah.
What could go wrong?
It could go very, very wrong. Like they could start to see, the walls crying and stuff like that, or worse, as we have just seen. But yeah, you want to be testing them first with like someone who hasn't had them and emergency services ready to be called very quickly. It's a bit concerning. So yeah. Okay, thank you guys for hanging out. That was fun. Let me know if you enjoyed this content. Tell me in the comment section, and I will keep bringing you more. And if you see anything on social media or news reports, things like that, that you find interesting, relevant to the case, please send them to me. I have a link tree on my About page. You can email me, you can tweet me. If you're a member, make sure that you're on our Discord. There's a link to it underneath the member tab section, or if you're a member of his channel, also you can get into the Discord there. What have you got planned tomorrow, Dali?
Running a civil trial in the morning.
A civil trial?
Yeah, one of the parties is pro se. It's a Judge McBurney in Georgia. So, should be interesting.
Judge who?
McBurney.
McBurney?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Like
Shrivels with the 10 excited under his memberships. You know what that means? I think that wins the challenge, and it means I need an angry mushroom. I need an angry mushroom emoji, and I'm in the middle of making it now, so it'll be here for the next one. Thank you so much for these memberships, memberships. I love you muchly. You're awesome. Thank you so much. All right, it's time for the song, everybody. And wish me luck today. I have to get like a ridiculous amount of work done for my assessment stuff that I'm doing a study. Yeah, I know I want to die. I might just go eat some death caps. Yeah, thank you all for hanging out. Oh, and Becky arraignment, is it tomorrow?
As early as tomorrow, so possibly.
I'm going to be getting the Becky bobblehead back out.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, this is so great. I can't wait, Murdoch. Yes. Oh, Becky Hill. Yes. All right. Yeah, and even if we can get the documents.
Yeah. Should
This is fantastic. This is fantastic. Yes. Let's go. All right.
She was an Aussie. She was a fake lawyer from the future. She got on YouTube and made some live streams. Her co-host is Darby and she dances sometimes. The words are always so loud and because she's an 803. To the attention, excited utterance. Her cat is staring from windows. Listen, we are sensitive.
Aussie. Aussie.